introduce yourself and tell me what course you will be teaching.
Yeah. Hi, so I'm Brooke. I'm an assistant professor here in the microbiology department, and I'm going to be teaching MCB 493, Viral Pathogenesis and Evolution.
Okay. When is this course going to be typically offered? Both semesters or just fall or spring?
Yeah, so it's going to start out in the spring, so spring of 2017. I think the plan is eventually to move it to the fall, but I can't say exactly when that's going to happen. It's just going to be one semester a year.
And then can you give me a brief overview of what is going to be covered in your course, maybe some learning goals?
Yeah, so we're going to be covering the basic biology of viruses. So the main goal of the course is for students to understand the fundamental concepts that underlie and connect the replication, pathogenesis, and evolution of diverse virus families. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
And then what is the format of your course going to be like? Are there going to be separate discussion sections? Is it taught via lecture or in a seminar format?
Yeah, so it's a combination of lectures and discussion sections, in-class discussion sections. We'll be covering the basic literature. And yeah, my guess is it'll probably evolve over the years, but that's at least what we're going to start with.
And then how are students in your course going to be graded? Can you give me a breakdown of exams, quizzes, homework?
Right. So there's three main sources for grades. There'll be exams, will be about 75% of the final grade. Then there'll be participation in the in-class discussion sections. And a series of in-class quizzes will make up the remainder of the grade.
Okay. And I know a lot of students want to know this, but are there going to be points associated with attendance?
So, yeah, attendance in the discussion sections will certainly contribute to the grade, not the lectures.
Okay. And then will students be required to buy a textbook for this class?
Yeah, so the textbooks for this class, I actually have it right here, is the 4th edition of Principles of Virology by Flint, Racconello, Rao, and Skelka. Yeah, it's a really awesome textbook, actually.
Great. And then before class, will you be uploading maybe an outline of the PowerPoint slides or some sort of lecture material?
Yeah, so the goal is to upload the PowerPoints for each class in advance. I can't say exactly how far in advance, but yes.
And then for students wanting to take this class, do you recommend any kind of background knowledge that is needed, or maybe even prerequisites in terms of courses?
Yeah, so the current prerequisites for the course are MCB 300 and MCB 354. So you're going to need to have a basic understanding of molecular biology, biochemistry, and some microbiology. If you don't yet have those prerequisites but are very interested in taking the course and want to do so before, for whatever reason, you reach out to me and we can talk. But I think it will be much better if you have that knowledge base. Otherwise, you might struggle.
So how do the topics covered in this course apply to current research, maybe your own research, medical or scientific advancements?
Yeah, so we're going to try and draw heavily from current research. I think one of the main goals for the class is to really help people understand how fundamental questions in virology are answered experimentally and how this process is going on currently, how it's been going on for decades and has driven many of the fundamental medical advances that we've seen. In terms of my own research, I'm going to try and keep that to a minimum, though I'm sure we'll touch on it. I could go up there and talk about what we do in the lab for basically every class, but that would probably start to bore people. So we'll keep that to a minimum. And yeah, in terms of connections to medical advances, virology is all over the news every year. So whether it's Ebola virus, Zika virus, chikungunya virus, bird flu, pandemic, H1N1, viruses continue to be a major public health threat and will do so for the foreseeable future.
So if a student happens to be struggling in your class or needs additional help, do you have opportunities outside the classroom to ask questions and to get assistance?
Yeah, so there will be standard office hours, and so I can, I'll be there by appointment to help with whatever needs, whatever issues need addressing.
Okay. And then last question, is there anything else that you would like to tell us about your course?
Yeah, it's going to be great. You guys should take it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Viruses are awesome. I think it's the most interesting subject here, so I hope you guys agree.